And we're live. Hello, guys. Welcome back to this very important weather video for your Thursday evening. So, we have a lot to talk about. Let me just remove that image from here very shortly. Holy crap, dude. How many times do you see a major blizzard consistent for the mid-Atlantic coastline? New Jersey getting mountains of snow for the weekend. Holy! So, we have a lot to talk about. We have just an insane amount of things to talk about for this weekend, maybe even for tomorrow. Meanwhile, we're getting destructive tornadoes across the Midwest, Indiana, in Illinois, Kentucky. Destructive tornadoes going on in this region. We've had 3 PDS tornado warnings today, and this is not ending anytime soon. So my God, have these discrete cells been scary across the Midwest today, and a bit of the Ohio River Valley. Holy! So we're gonna get into that. And we're going to get into just this ridiculous storm coming for this weekend. And I was warning you. This had big boom potential. And I think I did a video here 4 or 5 days ago. And I was saying, I'm telling you, one of these storms, late February into March, could do it. And I think we might be doing it this weekend. We might really be doing it. So let's get into the GFS model here. And we're going to take a look at our storm here for Saturday, okay? So going into your Sunday, 7 a.m. Sunday, here on the GFS, looks like we have some light snow breaking out all across the Mid-Atlantic. Some pretty nice snow here up into the mountains of Virginia, into West Virginia. We got a developing coastal low. It doesn't look anything too crazy. But, as you notice, we have a very deep Arctic blast behind this. And what this does is basically, we're going to take a look at it here in a minute. But, we were saying, so let's just take a look at what's going on here. And let me just explain you why this is getting guided up the coastline. So let me just, zoom it out for the whole entire North Atlantic here, okay? So the big discrepancy over the past few days is the European going to be right, or the GFS. The European always had a consistent situation where it always would curve out to sea. And it would never form out anything. That this feature right here would pull it out to sea. What the GFS does is very interesting. When you get to 1 p.m., 7 p.m., you notice how there's a really big, just trough up there in the north. And you notice what happens here is that you have a ridge tugging in on this. And watch what happens when you get into 1 p.m. on Sunday. Very powerful trough. Not even like negatively tilted. But what starts to happen after is what really gets interesting, okay? The GFS curls this thing up the coast. Why is that? It's because eventually, when it does this, it gets connected with this piece of energy here. And this piece of energy is responsible for dragging this thing out. Why are we saved by this? And I'm telling you, we could have been missed entirely with this. But since you have that negative NAO up there, that's why you're getting this monster blizzard potential for this weekend. If we didn't have that there, I'd just say out to sea. This thing would drag it out. It would go east with it, and it'd be a progressive pattern, like New Jersey, PA weather was saying. However, when we have this type of negative NAO setup, it's a cold Atlantic, and you have a monster trough going up. That's going to guide it up the coast. And what happens here, when we zoom into the CONUS in general, watch what starts to happen. Bombogenesis. So 1 p.m. Sunday, heavy snow starting to fill in for Virginia into Pennsylvania, some light snow. 7 p.m., boom, cyclogenesis happening in the upper atmosphere. Now, I've been getting questions about why is this going on. And actually, I do want to take a look at the vorticity here. And this is going to show you a big story. So, you may think this thing has something to do with it. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It does a little bit, but it just doesn't have much of an impact. Watch your Vort Max really increase over this region. And then, I'm going to get that tugging feature up north. Watch what starts to happen. Rapid bomb cyclone development. Wrapped up monster low in that area, somewhere around here. Just an extremely tight pressure gradient. 7 a.m. Look at that monster bomb cyclone somewhere off this coast, you know? I've been saying, like, man, this storm really needs to be watched out for. Look at that Vort Max just off the Jersey coast. This is some just insanely heavy snow falling down on the Jersey coast at that time. And we get to 1 p.m., major bomb cyclone. I mean, my God. If you want to take a look at the precip side of things, that's your answer. That's your answer right there. Major bomb cyclone. Damaging winds all across this area. We're getting 50, 60, 70 mile per hour winds battering the coastlines, even inland into western New Jersey, into, let's say, a little bit further into Connecticut, Massachusetts, into the Delmarva region. Still, 50, 60 mile per hour wind gusts are possible. Let me just tell you, get this straight. 971 just off the Jersey coast. This would deliver historic snowfall, and this would be a real bad damaging wind event. Holy crap. If this were to verify, just get ready. I mean, Jesus Christ, the GFS just goes absolutely insane. Not the most insane one we've seen ever, because we've seen worse runs than this. If you took a look at the 12Z today, it was just so much crazier with the snow and the Delmarva. But notice the run-to-run trends we're seeing. It's so consistent. 6Z. Nothing changed. Oh my God, look at that snow. Look at that snow. You can't even see that. It almost looks like as black in Maryland and the Delmarva region. 0Z. I mean, let's go even to Tuesday. This is the same exact pressure, same exact position almost. And I mean, we go freaking 5 days later and it's still the same position. So what this tells me, the GFS has not been moving this thing at all. And what's this telling me? I think, personally, the Europeans should start latching into that idea that we could get a major blizzard out of this. I'm not sure if we're going to get a major blizzard, but at least 3 to 6 inches of snow, at the very least, is very likely at this point. For these areas down to the coast, I think we could be dealing with feet and feet of snow. If this scenario were to verify, we would have crippling blizzard conditions, power grid failures, damaging winds knocking power out for days, feet of snow piling up. This would be a disaster. I mean, come on, dude. Really, just an impressive sign out of the GFS. Want to take a look at the snowfall? I'm just going to show you it right now. Widespread 1 to 2 feet all across the Jersey area. Even let's go like 18Z Tuesday, still the same idea. So my God, has the GFS been locking on to something so crazy, man? The GFS had so much consistency with this, it ain't backing off anytime soon. Now, what about the Canadian? The Canadian is a bit of an interesting thing. Let's go back here and let me just show you the same exact idea. Let me just show you the same exact idea that the Canadian has for, wait, This is very behind. Hold up. This is very behind. Doesn't make any sense. I mean, just look at the Canadian. Another dude. It just shows you the bombing cyclone across the New Jersey coast. It has some serious, big time potential that we just really need to watch out. Look at that! Look at that ludicrous snowfall across the Canadian. Look at this. So, I'm trying to say, we're in a pattern that I think personally, I think we could get some really big snow. Even the European will deliver a couple inches if that would verify. I don't think that's going to verify at all though. The AIFS, okay. So the past couple trends, I've been noticing something very interesting. So, what does the AIFS do? And I know the AI models have been trending east, but they've been trending significantly west today. And what has happened? Man, it just shocked me. Came out of nowhere, out of the blues. 18Z, look at that. Massive bomb cyclone developing off the Jersey coast. Boom! Heavy snow off the Jersey coast. And keep in mind, this is the European AIFS. We were talking about this being a complete miss a day ago. Now it's showing a major bomb cyclone. This is ringing my bells right now. I'm telling you, you need to watch these trends that are going to go on to 0Z, the 6Z, the 12Z, the 18Z, all the way to the 0Z tomorrow. If we keep seeing these Western trends, Western ticks, oh my God, we could be dealing with the historic generational blizzard. I'm not kidding. Historic. Just feet and feet of snow will be piling up in that situation. If this blizzard gets close enough to the Jersey coast, I think we have a very real chance that if it becomes a big bomb cyclone that is showing right now, a 971 off the coast, I think there's going to be some extremely significant thunder snow chances. I think if we even get one of these very ludicrous bands to set up, we have so much dynamics going on in the ocean temperatures. You have such cold air in the center of the storm, but you have warm air around it. And what that's going to cause is friction in the air. And when you have these gigantic dendritic flakes falling down, where this going to cause rubbing motion, I think we're going to see thunder snow reports, not just in one area on Sunday or Monday, whenever this thing comes in Sunday night. I think we could have several reports of thunder snow being reported in New Jersey officially for Sunday night. This would not shock me at all, and I think it's just becoming a little bit too scary right now. I mean, the Euro AI is just showing a full bomb cyclone this run. 975 right off the Jersey coast. Shows blizzard snows all across the Jersey Shore, all across the Delmarva, all across Connecticut, Massachusetts. And this thing just keeps on bombing out until Massachusetts and then starts going up a little bit. Nova Scotia gets hammered by this thing. And my God, what a storm this could be. And actually, let me just show you how much it has trended over the East Coast the past few runs. Let's go to 12Z. Look at that difference. That is a 200-mile shift in the track. And if you see that, that means something's about to happen. That was an out-to-sea track, the 12Z. 18Z, it's a full-on blizzard. Now, what did the 6Z show? It was the same exact idea. 0Z, it was further out. So, I'm serious when I'm saying this. I'm seeing Western trends with this. Whoever's saying out to sea, I can already say you're going to be wrong. You're going to be absolutely wrong. You're going to be shocked by what the system can do. Again, I don't know if this is going to be a major bombing nor'easter, but it's just becoming more apparent that we could just have these very bad winds and these blizzard conditions on Sunday night. If it's a bomb cyclone, it's likely, but is it going to be close enough to Jersey to deliver these heavy thumping feet of snow and thunder snow? I think it's starting to become a bit more likely. I think it's a 50-50 shot at this point. We could seriously be dealing with one of the most ridiculous snowstorms we've seen in over 10 years. Really. My God, this is really just setting up to be one. And it isn't just like that pattern we were dealing with late January, where the models were just showing a bomb cyclone running up the coast a week ago and just goes out to sea the next day. No, is showing it consistently that we have enough cold air, we have so much dynamics going in the storm, and it keeps bombing out. What this tells me is, my God, this storm can break historic records if we deal with this. I mean, seriously, just incredible what we could be doing with for your Sunday. And if we take a look at the QPF trend, I'm just going to show you it right now. This is a QPF for the 0Z. What about the 18Z? Boom! Right there. Even more precip than what you got. Look at this. That shows almost 2 inches equivalent in parts of New Jersey. That would equate to 20 inches of snow for parts of the area. And when we go back to the 12Z, look at this. Significant difference. It's over here. 18Z is over here. This rain here, it doesn't count because that accounts for the rain that we're getting this weekend and into Friday. That's the rain. But 18Z, look at this. If you look at your contours here, that's your 2 inch, 2.5 inch. You're getting a 3/4 of an inch for Friday into Saturday. The rest is snow. The rest is just a foot to as much as 18 inches of snow across parts of New Jersey. This is insane. This is actually insane. I'm starting to trend that this is going to become a bomb cyclone. It's going to be close enough to the Jersey coast, close enough to Jersey to deliver blizzard conditions. I'm starting to think that way. I'm really starting to think that way. What does the icon show? The icon's going to be a little bit weird, but again, it's a little bit of an outlier now. The bomb cyclone is a little bit further away. Still gives you snow across the Delmarva, but it's just too far away. That is a significant difference here. That is a significant outlier that we're seeing now. Because we're starting to see these models trend west, not east. We're starting to see consistent trends of it going west, not east. So, and speaking of these bomb cyclone conditions that we might be dealing with on Sunday, these massive blizzard conditions, let me just show you the wind gusts that we may be dealing with for your freaking Saturday. No, not Saturday. Sunday night into Monday. Let me just show you how insane it could just downright insane get. So this is for your Friday, and yes, we could have some pretty gusty winds, some 30, 35 mile per hour wind gusts, not a problem. Now let's get into your Sunday. Bomb cyclone starting to take shape here, seeing some 50 mile per hour wind gusts off the shore. Doesn't look anything too crazy. Maybe some isolated 30 gusts for your Sunday. We get to 3 p.m. Look at that bomb cyclone starting to take shape. Constant 50 mile per hour wind gusts near Delaware, Ocean City, Maryland, into Washington, D.C., entering parts of southern New Jersey into Salem County. Now, 5 p.m. Look at this. This is a well-defined low pressure system, cold core low, and you got absolutely veering winds, anywhere from 40 to as much as 56 miles per hour off of Atlantic City. From my area, we're dealing with 40 mile per wind gusts. Wilmington 45, Atlantic City 56, Belmar 52. Very strong winds in Delaware and Dover as well. 53 mile per hour wind gusts. Look at what starts to happen by 10 p.m. This thing starts to bomb out significantly. And let me show you the ISO lines of pressure. Very tight pressure. Very, very tight pressure. Wait. Hold up. Pressure. Why is the pressure in different units? I don't know, man. Wait, can you change the pressure? Can you? No, you can't. Bro, that sucks. Okay, but anyways, it's just gonna show you how strong the pressure could get. Yeah, you can't really change the pressure here. But anyways, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts off the coast. You get major wind gusts into New Jersey. Not even coastal. This could all the way go into Trenton, into New Brunswick, into New York. 50-plus mile-per-hour wind gusts. Atlantic City getting hammered by 60-plus gusts into Dover, Delaware, still dealing with constant 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Let's go even further into Monday a.m. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts battering the shores of New Jersey. Now we're getting the winds into Long Island. Just offshore, we have 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts ready to deliver some huge, incredible winds. Low pressure is down to almost like a 980 off the coast. Got significant wind gusts dealing with this into New Jersey, into Long Island, into Delaware, into wherever the heck you want to go. Even in my area, we're dealing with 51-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Still, by 7 a.m., damaging winds all day continues for this area. We're getting that 70-mile-per-hour wind gust very close to Long Island, dangerously close. 9 a.m., bomb cyclone starts to affect parts of Yarmouth, parts of Boston, parts of Cape Cod. Constant 60-plus mile-per-hour wind gusts. This thing exits, and it's done. But, oh my God, the onslaught. This thing has potential to cause 28.93. That is a 970-ish millibar pressure. And the fact that you see 29.41 pressure here, that is insanely low. That is insanely low for Jersey standards. My God. Your normal damaging wind event would probably be that 2960 range. You get into the 29.4, 29.3 range, you're dealing with some extremely strong winds. My God, the GFS is just an absolute colossal monster. It's just crazy. It really just is crazy. I can't get over this. And then when we take a look at your rain and snow here, clearly as we get into 5 p.m. on Sunday, 4.6 inches in 3 hours in Delaware, getting some 2.1 rates in New Jersey. Again, dude, I mean, this could easily be over an inch or two of snow an hour. Just unbelievable rates we could be talking about with this thing. The GFS pulls it a bit more away, but still some crazy snow here, and the damaging wind threat looks pretty bad in my opinion. So, man, I mean, the damaging wind threat with this, it's starting to concern me. It really starting to concern me. I'm not liking what I'm seeing. I'm really not liking what I'm seeing. Again, this signal that still shows up on every single model, and now the AIFS shows this. When the AIFS showed this, I'm like, oh shit. I'm starting to become concerned. The fact that the Euro AI has been absolutely tremendous this year in terms of model guidance. If the Euro AI is showing this 18Z, and if we see a closer shift here to 0Z, game on. It's game on for a major snowstorm or even blizzard conditions. It's game on. If we see that constant trend, 0Z and 6Z, and the latest we can go is 12Z tomorrow, we're game on for a major snowstorm. Blizzard, damaging winds, I don't know. We'll have to see, but we're going to fine-tune these impacts on Saturday night here. What we could be dealing with, these blizzard conditions, these damaging winds, when is the worst going to come? we're going to update about tomorrow as well. Tomorrow's going to be a very, 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 very important day for you weather forecasters that want these blizzard conditions to happen. This is going to be a very important day of model runs to look at here. And we're going to see if this blizzard verifies or not for Sunday or Sunday night. But I think it's a 50-50 at this point. If we start looking at this low pressure still being constantly into that mid-Atlantic tucked into there, I'm increasing my chances to 80% tomorrow. If it still shows it tomorrow, I'm going full out. I'm just saying blizzard conditions. So, anyways, guys, I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great rest of your Thursday evening. Be aware of this ongoing blizzard potential for the weekend. Start preparing now. It is never too early to start preparing. Get your water, get your food, get your shelter, whatever you need. Get all your stuff in now. I want you to do it now. I want you to be scrambling for resources for the day before the storm. Everything's going to be out in the supermarkets if this blizzard happens. So do it as early as you can. And I will see you guys in the next one. We're going to have a very important update tomorrow as well. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out, y'all. Watch the trends. Please, please, please monitor your local forecast very closely.